Hey saxophone players. A large part of getting warmed up on the saxophone is getting the reed really moist all the way through. Even when you suck on the reed a little, the moisture is just on the tip, it's not deep down in. Once we start playing sounds on it, the fibers inside the reed, the fibers in the cane shift back and forth, and it lets moisture get down in it. So to do this, we just want to take a note. We're not going to start on like a low D or a low C. We're not going to start on like a high B or a high C. We just want some middle of the range note that's going to let the reed vibrate. We're going to take a big breath. I'm just going to randomly choose an A, not a high A, just an A. Ready? Going to do the same thing on a D, thumb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm just letting the reed vibrate and letting the moisture get deeper in the reed. You're actually going to be able to tell that the reed plays better as it gets more moist deep in the reed. So I want you to pause the video and do some more long tones. All right, so we've now done some more long tones. We're really starting to feel some vibrations in the muscle here where fresh blood is bringing fresh oxygen to the muscle and reviving it. So this is getting stretched and warmed up. That means now we could play louder notes if we wanted to without risking like over-exerting that muscle. And by now our reed is also going to have some more moisture driven all the way through it, so it's going to respond better and play better. So the next thing that we want to do is just a quick technique check. 5-note scale for beginners. Ready? Oop, I have a pad sticking right there. When I fingered from the A to the B, this one did not come up automatically on its own. If that happens, Mr. Simmons does have some cleaning paper or some powder paper, but sometimes if it only happens once, you just need to wiggle it a little bit and make it better. So if it keeps happening, I am going to get out my other kit and tend to the pad. But if it only happened once, so I'm just moving on. And my 7th and 8th graders, my 7th graders can continue with the concert B flat scale. Scare my younger kids, but my older kids would pause the video and play the chromatic scale. All right, so we want to now work on a technique called overtones. What we're going to do is play a low note, any low note we want. The more buttons you press for this activity, the easier it is. I'm going to start on a low F natural. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now normally to go from a low F to a high F, we would add the octave key. But in this exercise, you're going to switch high without pressing the key. Honestly, beginners, you can try this, but this is a more advanced concept. So beginners, don't get stressed if it doesn't work. Now, we would not want to play a high F that way in real playing. It actually uses more of these muscles to make it come out high without using the octave key. So it strengthens our embouchure when we do that as part of our warm-up. We do that as an activity to make our face muscles stronger. My oldest kids could also try to do undertones, which are even more challenging. That would be where you like finger the high note with the thumb key and try to make it come out low. You're fighting the instrument, it is possible to make it happen, and when you do that, you're really strengthening this muscle down here. So there's some warm-up ideas for the saxophone.